Welcome back, guys, to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, where last episode we continued our tour of the city with Monica and Shania, as our party learned about many things. The Shania was always telling us about how the lost numbers view and live life, the Ouroboros limit, and even how babies were made. Being given lodgings for the night to absorb what we had been told, we instead set out back onto the streets to explore for ourselves and gather new info.
This the maternity ward? Yes. Back to the doctor's place. Hello, I wish to learn more about bees and birds. Ansels and vesps, or whatever they're called, I don't know. Vesps are the bats, right?
Breakfast, yeah? Gotta keep our strength up.
This is the residential quarter. We haven't actually discovered this place yet. Someone to speak about, but they're up here. And we get the daytime theme now. Is it difficult to become an Ouroboros candidate? Oh yeah, to qualify you have to pass the exam, and that's held just once every 4 years. Only 10 can get in, 4 of which are reserves. There are a lot of applicants, but only the very best make it.
Always nice to see a new face.
This is the more normal version of the theme now then? Seems the residential area isn't that big. Seems to be locked. Well, my nosiness knows no bounds, though. So I need to kind of get below me. Little Shania coming home has really lifted a weight off her mother's shoulders. That's more because she came back with results, surely. House Reed has no option but to place their hopes on her, after all. Hey, Shaka. What's that? Am I a rare sight to you? The city's got 3 types of folks. Promising youngsters, hard-working adults, and old folks with time on their hands. Oh, it's got a sung bit. Time on your hands, like you don't have anything you need to do. We paint, write poetry, play an instrument, or in my case, have a good old drink every day.
Always nice to see a new face.
I guess Day brought lots of people to speak to out. Grandpa and Grandma are always reading me books. Super kind of them. Grandpa, Grandma, you mean those wrinkly dudes, right? Wrinkly dudes, that's right. That's your dad's dad, or your dad's mum, or your mum's dad, or your mum's mum. You're making my head spin here, bud.
Always nice to see a new face.
Always learning.
Ow!
All the city's residents are descended from the 6 houses. I can trace my roots back to House Ortiz, Monica's to House Vandam, and so on and so forth. And in remembrance of our ancestors' endeavors, our eye patches are each adorned with a pattern of our respective house. Guests like you have to make do with just a plain, boring old version, I'm afraid.
Always nice to see a new face.
I guess we do. So my mum got remarried, and now it sounds like a new partner will be moving in with us soon. How would you guys feel if you were in my shoes? Great, I guess. What's remarried? So mums and dads, they get married, but my dad went and died, and my mum got married again. That sounds way complicated. So complicated I don't even know how to respond.
Always nice to see a new face.
Yeah, I'm here. This expanse here was once the battleground of Kevers and Agnes, and an especially violent one at that. Battle was a swamp for both sides. All that remained was a wasteland mounded high with husks. This was the place that our ancestors made home. It's a strange and haunted sight that keeps us safe and hidden. Nothing has really changed since then. We still live here, leading our boxed-in lives, counting out our stagnant little days. The sound of children laughing, by the way, is really haunting in this music.
Always nice to see a new face.
I don't like it. So let's check out the founders and the central plinth. The Ouroboros Stone's Cage. The object on display upon this plinth is the very first original Ouroboros Stone's Cage. It is important to note the initial design to the monument is said to have included a statue of a 7th founder in its place. Next to no information remains about the 7th founder's identity, and it's possible that this is not due to a simple loss of records. Okay. Rather, historians speculate that this is the result of a conscious decision by the 7th founder. Interesting. House Vandam. In memory of the founder of House Vandam, the city's restorer and liberator, the original incarnation of the city was once laid to ruin by Mobius N's hand. The founder realized fully the power of Ouroboros, heretofore limited, and fought against N, ousting him. Once victorious, he gathered the old city's people, scattered to the winds, and re-established the city. With the city restored, he left its government in the hands of the founder of Doyle and departed on a lonely expedition. No records exist of his fate thereafter. Heirs of Vandam's lineage only returned to the new city several centuries later. Oral tradition has it that the founder was master of the classical art of fist fighting, and the scions of House Vandam carry on the custom to this day. House Cassini. In memory of the founder of House Cassini and the city's liberatrix. Much like with the founder of Reed, this statue too depicts this founder's respected mentor rather than the founder itself. Or herself, sorry. The mentor boasted a robust physique, wielding 2 great swords at once with utmost ease and facing down Mobius despite the loss of one eye. He lived his life an unsophisticated sort, broad-minded but impassioned, and is said to have aided the founders in the fight against Mobius physically and spiritually. He was further reported to have been a free spirit whose qualities influenced the other founders, still young and irrepressible when the city was restored. Incredible proof of this rebellious spirit can be seen time and again in the ethos of the house in generations to come. Yeah, it's like... House Rhodes. A soldier of Agnes, this founder's fight to the death against the founder of Ortiz, a soldier of Keves, was interrupted by a chance meeting with other founders. Free from the bondage of her flame clock, she joined the fight against Mobius. Although a soldier, the founder is reported to have been exceedingly gentle and kind at heart. Additionally, her skill in the healing arts greatly contributed to the development of medical science in the city in its later ages, and irrespective of starting life as an Agnian soldier, she is said to have surpassed 80 years of age. The way she achieved that remains shrouded in mystery. Well, that's our, that's good to know. House Ortiz. In memory of the founder of House Ortiz and the city's liberator, a Kevesi soldier, this founder was released from the flame clock system by the other founders, and henceforth spent every last ounce of his energy for the cause to liberate the city as one of the first Ouroboros. With surpassing skill in mechanical engineering, the founder fought not with blade but with a weapon of his own fabrication. He was also responsible for laying the foundations of all the mechanical systems supporting the city to this day. Following the fight against Mobius, he poured the remainder of his days into rebuilding the city before finally perishing at the age of 80 years. Though how he attained that feat despite his origins as a Kevesi soldier remains unexplained. Gee, wonder who that... House Reed. In memory of the founder of House Reed and the city's liberatrix. I'm not able to actually pronounce that. Liberatrix? Liberator, after all. Rather than the founder herself, this statue depicts the founder's mentor figure, standing as a sign of the deep reverence and devotion she felt for her teacher. The founder's master was unconnected to her by bonds of blood, yet he raised her as would befit a child of one's own, it is said. Though of a calm and constant disposition, the sight of him on the battlefield, great red sword in hand, struck fear into many a Mobius. And though the vicious struggle against Mobius cost this ferocious warrior his right arm, the loss did nothing to diminish his desire to hone his martial skills each day, standing as vivid testament to his indomitable will. No idea. House Doyle. In memory of the founder of House Doyle and the city's liberatrix, directly descendant from those who established the first original city. Her whereabouts were lost after N's ravaging of the city of old, but upon encountering the other founders, she committed herself fully to the fight. This founder is said to have a familial relation to the founder of Vandam, with scant extant records suggesting they were like the brother and sister. She fought alongside the founder of Vandam, then, who was the elder of the two, and brought the power of Ouroboros to completion. Said to have been bright and wise, this founder laid the cornerstones for much of the city's governance and legal system. Well, look at this place. Then there's me still clueless. What? I mean... I feel like that one's the most obvious one. I mean, there are obvious ones. There are other ones, sure. But that one, like... There's too many straight-up tells. The missing arm being a big one. Right, we need to go discuss. Well, there's more people there. I dare say there are quite a few questions you'd like to put to me right now. But if you aren't sick or wounded, please stay out of the medical facility, if you don't mind. Your presence is bound to cause fuss, you see. Please bear with me for the sake of the people who need their rest. Oh, like those little baby people. That's right, we have some gravely ill old folk being cared for, too. People who are sadly coming to the end of their lives.
Always nice to see a new face.
It's interesting to see which ones were the Founder's Masters and which ones weren't, though. However you look at it, Guernica was a great man and a heroic fighter. He ceded his position as elder to Monica so that he could carry on fighting on the front lines. Each time he rode back into the city on his Levnus, he brought back a brand new tale of valor and daring do. Yes, and I certainly wasn't the only one who was eager to hear them either. He inspired courage in all of us, not just the lost numbers. He was a great example right up to his final moments. But it's cool, it could be vague enough that it's
Always
not
nice to see a new face.
referring to the references that you expect. You know what the game is going to do with things, after all. To 100% say for definite at this point would be, I think, foolish. Better to err on the side of caution, right? Granite can carry a great tune. I feel so cheery and breezy when I hear it, like I can get through anything. Some people don't like it, though. You can't defeat Mobius with music, they say, but I think the world of Grandad. I want to help people who encourage others, not fight or hurt them.
Always nice to see a new face.
And now Michiba of the canteen is out front. The city isn't without its own internal squabbles, but in Michiba canteen, everyone is a valued customer. No matter your viewpoints or beliefs, all I want for you is to enjoy some delicious food. Speaking of, I'd recommend Aquapaza Ala City. It's classic city cuisine.
Always nice to see a new face.
Don't know why, I thought I had to climb upstairs, but that's only from that way. Right, time to discuss.
You know, you've got to take regular breaks.
There's 2 quests out of the 2 and 2 other discussions. So let's start with city clothing.
About that thing.
So those clothes we'd borrowed all that time ago. I guess they were city made in the first place. Thinking about it, does that mean we might see people with the same outfits walking around? But wait, you don't think my style is not weird or anything, right? I wonder. We did get dressed in a hurry then. There wasn't time to think about style too carefully. Judging from the city people's perspective, it's not impossible that something about the ensemble might appear extremely offensive. Oh no, this is what I was afraid of! You look fine, Noah. Don't let Tyon's mutterings get you down. Say, what about Tyon's clothes then? I need my attire to be functional, that's it. It's entirely pointless to worry solely about its appearance. Wow, that's pretty sensible actually. A very Tyon approach. While we're on the subject, Tom, there's something I've wanted to say for a while now. What is it? Your scarf is deeply uncool. What did you just say? Repeat yourself, I dare you. I knew it. You're as vain as the rest of us, you poser. And what function does that have? Keeps me warm. Okay, in mid-battle?
About that thing.
Something to grab you and garrote you with. Do you notice how in the city, people called adults like Monica teach those smaller folks things? Not smaller folks, Uni. The words children. I saw adults reading books to children. It was a really peaceful scene somehow. Yeah, I remember in our old training and lectures, they basically beat stuff into us. Nothing so relaxed as this. I imagine Monica would say this is how things are meant to be. She'd have a point. I can't really imagine those children holding weapons, fighting for their lives. Before Monica became an adult, do you think Guernica read to her like that too? I guess he might have. Strange, isn't it? I can't picture it at all. Yeah, a bit outlandish, isn't it? Scarf cover your wounds? Scarves are cool. Well, I guess actually a scarf could be a tourniquet or a bandage. It'd be the first bit of material to use for it, surely. Yeah, okay, there's some usages, but not mid-battle. Get it off around your neck. That's why we don't give heroes with capes, right? Too many jet engines. Sure.
We need to lay all this out.
The city's full of things I've never heard of and all this amazing tech and stuff. But they seem to have to scavenge things like Levnus parts like we do. It'll be a sight harder than just normal scavenging too. Outwitting both Agnes and Kevers to get the stuff they need, not my idea of fun. And they can't leave any trace behind either. That's why they have a specialized scavenging force. They're elite, but in a different way to Monica's Corps, which fight on the front line. I assume there can't be many of them, so the force can stay flexible and mobile. What, like a little secret platoon? Hey, can we pay a visit to non-wetlands ourselves? I would like to know more about these lost numbers. You're curious about the scavengers? A little. It seems like a lot of hard work. We could lend them a hand. They're probably pretty short-handed over there. At least Uni made it sound like they're a titchy little unit. Ah, this is my fault, is it? Well, regardless, it'd be a good opportunity to get to know them better. To non-wetlands it is. Should I call it Naom? Naom. And so we begin our little side quest before we continue on to the next story marker. But I feel like we've got to... We need a little bit of a breather from
everyone.
being told how babies were made. Too complicated. Cannot get concept. Ah! We been to the non-wetlands? Oh, we have. It's just to the right of the entrance, in fact. I was gonna say, we didn't really explore this area properly because we got swept into the whole... Come with us to Sword March. Now we can have a little bit more of a look around. I'm sure... Wait, is this quest within my level? Oh, I didn't check that. That would have been good to know. Don't want to set on something I can't even do. 44. I'm 49, right? Yes. Not even far from my destination with that warping.
Whoa, got a rare doodah right here.
Got a rare doodad again. Oh, look at the colourful giraffe. Wait a second. Giraffe, do I need any materials from you?
For next week.
Look at the colourful thing I'm about to kill.
Ready to tumble?
I'm the one you want.
Oh, I see I've got no hero with me at the moment.
Waves.
Oh, when you rank up, I'm worried that you're going to hit rank 10 randomly. Hey, Mizuki, what's going on? You! Don't worry, we're on your side. We're friends of Monica. We thought you might be able to use a hand. Monica, then you must be Ouroboros. Fantastic. We're fine here, but the captain up ahead could use some help. Seems like monsters are really slowing down the retrieval. Understood. We'll do what we can. Are you all fine then? Yeah, not to worry. We're 5 by 5. We'll be taking every last bit of plunder back to the city. This wreckage is like a treasure trove for us. Can't be wasting a single bit. Are you okay? Is something wrong? A friend of mine died recently. His name was Yu. I see that wreckage and I just can't help but think about the folks who died there. We should be grateful for everything left there. That's a feeling I understand well.
Always nice to see a new face.
5 by 5. It's cool. They know the term, even if I don't. Yeah, we're not picking up ether channels. Because we're so near to capping.
Is this like a rare thing?
I should probably just quickly use a few more Nopony things at this juncture. There are certain classes that it's pretty good to just learn to get like plus points in attack and all that. So I'm just going to make sure everyone's like... Yeah, there we go. Well, I'll use it on him. I think critical strike as a master skill is pretty good for DPS. So 44, those enemies can attack me. So I will take the left. Hello, burrs. Ansels and more. I just suddenly think like I need a Garaffa
I'm so ready for this.
for something. I just can't quite remember what. We have someone with Smash. They're not in the party at the moment.
Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
If only they'd add in even more phrases, so then the variety would be bigger, you know what I mean? Bigger variety, less hearing the same ones. Well, looky here, the Ouroboros themselves. Mizuki told me you were coming. Oh, if that's a voice and a half. How rude of me. Rest assured that we will leave no trace of our existence. Well, I'm glad you're so enthusiastic. It's taking you some time to retrieve everything, I hear. I had a bit of trouble with Garathas, you see. I don't know what's got them in such a tiz. They just won't seem to leave our salvage alone. It is proving nigh impossible to get our hands on those Levinus parts. I'd like to retrieve them undamaged if possible. So you just need us to bash up some Garathas. Piece of cake. Recovery of resources is the goal. Engaging the enemy is secondary to that. Repeat. Where did that come from? That's the order of priority. Don't you forget it. We support more lives with our scavenging than you know. Always keep that in mind. Got that? Yes, ma'am. Good lad. Don't worry. It's part of a rookie's job to make mistakes, you know. Rookie? You're the new recruits, aren't you? Now come on, pick up the pace. Use your powers and whatnot to retrieve those parts. Thanks in advance.
Always nice to see a new face.
I guess I'll get to work then. So the Garathas that I need to fight are over there. Takes us into, not really. I was about to say slightly into an area we haven't been discovered before. Big Garatha over there. Oh, it's actually up, though. So I do need to go this way. Let's avoid that one. That's a big boy Garatha. Big girl, I don't know. There's one I don't want to be fighting. Interestingly, there's another fight going on here. Who will I assist? Give me my Nopon coins. We'll help the Garatha.
Next week. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Mission failed. Chose to help Garatha. Wait, that's my target? Let's go for the other one. One down. I will take my 3 coins and then we'll reach cap again in no time at all.
That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP.
Out of the way,
You're all
Garatha.
thinking it.
We've got to kill your friends at this Levinus wreckage. Perfect. Done. Levinus drivetrain part. About the Garatha? I guess they mean that maybe that Garatha was the worrying thing. They're saying don't fight the enemy. Go get the stuff. Maybe. Not sure I want to pick up a hiding creeper. Nicely done! And no significant damage to note. Nothing to sneeze at, eh? That's Ouroboros for you, I suppose. So we finally convinced her. This was a test from the get-go, wasn't it? I suppose you wanted to know if the power of the famous Ouroboros would mesh with the Lost Numbers' way of life. So you saw through us. You're smarter than I thought you'd be. It's good to know how the scavenger troops feel about us anyway. Thank you for telling us. I'm the one who should be thanking you. Thanks to you, I got to keep my team safe. Mizuki's a newlywed, you know, and I couldn't face May if anything happened to him. But I digress. Better get the troops home safely, eh? This is Garatha. Thanks for your help. Pleasure working with you, Ouroboros. I want to join in the conversation. Party got to know Kabata. Furthermore, they experienced a day in the life of the Lost Numbers and learned how they see things.
Huh. Would you believe it?
Would believe it. These incredibly insistent Garathas are coming for me. What was this? Oh, great that you're doing lightning so an item appears. I'm not going to go get it, obviously, because that would be the death of me. So I'll leave you to that.
Is this like a rare thing?
Better to be safe than dead. Correct? Okay, what was the level of the enemy up there? Saw one for a split second. Let's do a little bit of exploration. A little bit more of map filling away from this massive Garatha. Especially because I can fill in a lot of around the map, the Garatha. by just going this way too.
Huh? What's that?
It's entirely likely that a quest, of course,
Looks like we can go on from here.
brings us into this area of its own accord.
Time for a climb.
Where am I going to go explore and get bashed upon by some incredibly strong foe, right? Seems we've come into a nest of mean birds. Unfortunately, the one nearest it will aggro.
Stick to the plan.
But only that one.
Maximum voltage.
Never mind.
Cheers, you're a guest.
Enemies running away from me.
Still do this.
No, I can't do this.
Cheers, you're
Really? This can't be happening. Jaws of death.
Tanks are supposed to spread out and aggro more of them. Why'd you refuse? I've got to build up from the start again.
Thanks. I feel the power.
just like it should.
Thank you for the follow there, evil boy. Welcome. Right, let's take this guy first.
Maximum voltage.
Once we're down to one target,
Am I doing okay with the heals?
life should be a lot better, shouldn't it? That was a good break. This bird's wrecking people. And also all our healers are down. Oh shoot, I should have done tie break for definite. Gonna mess myself up with that. The Ouroboros storm. It's just tanking it, simply. But also had our other healer for the res.
Nothing a bit of teamwork couldn't handle.
Whatever happened to not being careless?
Life is good. Just came by after watching my Dust Elysian Tale playthrough. Well, hello then. That was a long, long time ago. My goodness. Yeah. Probably not a quest up there then if it was just that set piece battle for things going on. Why did you unset my hero?
At your service.
I'm coming with you.
Come on, Valdy. Look at this place, Valdy. It's a big sword. And as for other directions to go to, not much. Oh, apart from the massive dead body pool. Yeah, that needs to be cleaned up a little bit.
We can't leave it like this.
I was seeing all those husks in the ice, though. If I know the armor is there, but there's still like a husky kind of thing inside it. I don't know if the husks are completely hollow or not. They might be like stone or something. So if I was to send those guys all in the ice, would that create structural issues for the place? All of a sudden there'd be loads of pockets. That's what I wonder.
What is that Garaffa doing? Man, that was close.
It's having an electrical shock. It's fine. It's just doing its sparking own stuff. Well, another question mark has appeared. Back in Sword March? So it seems that getting to know Kabata just basically did start a series of quests. Obviously, we'll be able to explore the other area over there. So let's go back. So where is it? It is indeed inside. Great Sword
We explored a
Upper.
fair chunk of this.
Oh, you say that? So it says it's like this way. There's a quest, right? There's 3 quests now? What? Where exactly are they? One's at that corner. So none of them are astoundingly near. Oh, there's a thing up there. Doesn't look at all like a monster appearing. There we go. I was gonna say I'm a bit worried about this. Good job, Bowdy.
Anything decent in there?
Well, I'll check it out, but I'm worried about my silver Nopon coins.
Come to uni.
And watch out, I don't fully care. So it's all near. It just makes you wonder if it's in the city or outside of said city. Could be both, I guess. Let's just map this side now that we've come all this way. And that be that, 'cause it doesn't look like there's any more goodies up here. How do I actually walk back to the city? Yeah, it's only by the Great Sword Upper that we can go there. I'm interested in finding out where more of these markers are. One quest done, a little bit of extra exploration of the town done. We start off here. But there is more. Getting to know the people, world building, more
Something smells tasty.
seeing the sights of the city. Now, these question marks are definitely not here. They're in the other region. But we do have another quest here
you've
first
got
of
to
all.
take regular breaks.